Hello there. Just got inspired. Brian, embryonic robot, just put up a vid and with a band called Flood. Never heard of either. Never heard of it. Canada only apparently, and I like the cover, but yeah, must investigate that. And then, of course, he showed the box set of Perubu. One of them. They have a few over the years. The Tenement Years was one I had too that I gave away as a gift. Um, After I found out that when it was put out with the tapes reversed, like I always thought it sounded a bit wonky. Something wasn't quite right about it. And David Thomas, the singer of the band Perubu, he said, "Don't buy it because they put out somehow the tapes were back to front. It just sounded a bit off." So I gave it away as a gift to someone who didn't want it anyway, so they wouldn't care. Um, yeah, whenever Perubu is mentioned, I've got to show my bits and bobs I've got. I bought the first four singles by Perubu, 75 through to 77, I think, or maybe just 76. 30 seconds. I'll show you something in a minute. But I've got them here. I bought them from one of the import shops in Sydney back in the 70s, and as they came out, and they got a bit of radio play on the youth station 2JJ in Sydney, and I was into them straight away. As soon as I heard Brian say 30 seconds over Tokyo, I thought I'm going to make this video again. I've done it a couple of times over the years. Yeah, that one's pretty damn good, that's for sure. So I bought their first three albums. Yeah, these are all my originals I bought at the time. The Wonderful Modern Dance. They actually, they released their own singles on the Hearthen label, and they actually got signed up to the big companies pretty quickly. This is their first album, and I bought this at the time when it came out. And this one's out of London, and it's marketed by Phonogram. So, I mean, that's a big company. So they took interest. This is my favourite of the early Perubu, Dub Housing. I did have New Picnic Time, the follow up to this, but something happened to it. I don't know what, because I've still got these ones. This is my favourite. Side 1, Navi, On the Surface, Dub Housing, Caligari's Mirror, and Thriller. Side 2, I Will Wait, Drinking Wine, Spodiodi, Pa Ubu Dance Party. My favourite track on here, Blow Daddy-O and Codex. This is a great album. This is so good. This sounds fantastic. What an album. I adore this album. This is my favourite lineup of the band too. Tom Herman, Scott Krause, Tony Maimone, David Thomas, and Alan Ravenstein. That's the best lineup. Pretty much the same as the same guys on the first album. Yeah, I think it's the same lineup. Yes, it is. So the first two albums, essential, absolutely essential. And then they put out a bunch of other stuff that I sort of skipped them after New Music Time. For whatever reason, I was aware of their new albums as they came out, but maybe someone else bought them, so I didn't buy them. I don't know, I forget. But this one was an absolute pleasant surprise. The Wonderful Cloudland came out in the late 80s, I think, somewhere between 86 and 89. I said that one was Phonogram. Dub Housing was, I think it's on Chrysalis, another big label. So the big labels must have had designs on this band. This is where they really nailed it. They just went from being super experimental, weird, whatever you want to call it, avant-garde garage, as David Thomas calls it. And then it just went straight out pop. And this is a wonderful pop album. It's an absolutely fantastic album. Side one, Breath, Race the Sun, Cry, Why Go It Alone, Waiting for Mary, Ice Cream Truck, Bus Called Happiness. That's side one. Every track a ripper. Side two starts with a fantastic Love, 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 which I've got here on a single. Um, Love, Love, Love. Lost Nation Road, Nevada, Flat, The Waltz, Pushin' and Monday Night. Superb album. It's the front and that's the back. And this one put out by Polygram Fontana. I mean, these are big labels. These aren't indie labels. So someone was trying to get them the hit. I think they did have a bit of a hit with Cloudland. Excellent pop album. Bit like the Pixies, who were sort of slightly underground and experimental, and then they put out the wonderful Bossa Nova album, which is it's like Cloudland. It's just pure pop. If you want to get a good Pixies album, it's just pure pop music with great surf guitar, jump on Bossa Nova. It's superb. These are the singles on the Harpen label, or Harpen and Harpen. They changed Harpen. I should have said Harpen, not Harp. I think they did have. Yeah, I'm getting all confused here. I'm pretty sure it was Harpen, and then they changed it to Harpen. We'll find out in a minute. I have number 943, second edition of 2000. Can't remember when I got this, but it's a beautiful little box, and I just adore this. This is their all their early singles, and get out, you little rascal. And that's the they've got a couple of wordage, as Ben Rankins would say, and a bit more info here. Manufactured by TK Records, Portland, Oregon. Well, there you go. Distribution by Cooking Vinyl, London. I jumped on this because I have the original singles I bought at the time, but in Australia, they didn't come with the picture sleeves. They were just in plain white sleeves. And that's why I just had to jump on this, because I thought, oh my God. This one, Street Waves, did come with a cover. And it's on Harpen Records. Harpen. These are all on Harpen. And what was I talking about? Just a minute. See, on the box it says Harpen, but they actually all came out on Harpen. So, for whatever reason, that's just Perubu being Perubu, I guess. Yeah, Street Waves, My Dark Ages. I think this was the fourth single on the Harpen label. Crocus Behemoth. Tom Herman, Scott Krause, Alan Ravenstein, and Tony Maimone. It's the same lineup as those first albums. Crocus Behemoth is actually David Thomas. Very funny. So, I'm just trying to remember which one came out first. Yeah, this one. Yep, this was the first single. This is the label. This is the picture sleeve we didn't get down here anyway. 1975, 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, backed with Heart of Darkness. What a single, my God. Crocus Behemoth, Peter Laughner, the original guitarist who drank and drugged himself or drank himself to death very soon after he was kicked out of the band. Tom Herman, Tim Wright, Scott Krause. So slightly different lineup. Probably the same lineup as Rocket from the Tombs. Rocket from the Tombs? Or was it Rocket from the Crypt? Can't remember. I'm getting old, mate. I'm losing my mind. But anyway, that's it. That was their first single. Then came my favourite, The Final Solution, backed with Cloud 149. Yeah, it's got Peter Luffner on it too. So he was still in the band. That's the first two singles. What's this one? This is this is The Modern Dance, backed with Heaven. So I never had this single because I got the album, The Modern Dance. And I showed Streetwaves My Dark Ages, didn't I? Yeah. So that's that. I am waffling on a bit here. I just adore this little box. I really do. Such a buzz to get the original, covers. That happened a lot down here in Australia. We could get the imports, but most of the time you'd end up with no picture sleeve, which is very disappointing, Anyway, and I've shown this one reasonably recently. This is the wonderful box, Data Panic in the Year Zero. I think it's a 4 CD box set. Yes, it is. With a wonderful little booklet telling all about the songs and everything. It's very good, actually. Very good little booklet. I won't get the CDs out. It's too hard to put them back. But that's it. I just had to show them. Anyway, good on you, Brian. That was great, mate. Enjoyed that very much. As Elmer Fudd would say, hates rabbits.